Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of England! Come on England! Versus Iran. Let's go and get the first win at the World Cup. Save our gracious King, long live our noble King. God save our King. Save a victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save our King. Go England! Go on the boys! England! 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 And now it's the national anthem of Iran, or Iran, whatever you want to call it. Proud to be English and proud to be British. And let's hope we can go and get our first one of the tournament, folks. England!
The reaction from Iranian supporters to their own national anthem was telling. It was overwhelming and not in favour. For so many of us, that was a first. God save the King at a Football World Cup.
And there we go, folks, you got the lineup for England and the lineup for Iran. So hopefully it'll be a good game all round.
It is a midfield of Declan Rice, 19-year-old Jude Bellingham, and
come on, good story. Chelsea players, and then Kane up front.
Harry Kane, the vote has gone to the proven experience of Raheem Sterling and Bukayo Saka, whose form for Premier League leaders Arsenal this season has been outstanding. Referee.
England! 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 England!
He's shown 10 red cards in the last 9 games that he's been the man in the middle for. Tread carefully, the players of England and Iran. And leading the VAR team is Uruguay's Leodan Gonzalez. Not much room for anybody else in there. For Iran, we await to see just how many defenders will start, but it is a team with a heavy emphasis on their own half of the field. Captain Ehsan Hajsafi is of that mind usually too. He's playing in his 3rd World Cup. So too, former Brighton man Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh will play on the right. Ali Karimi is brought back in for his first international appearance for 2 years. The undisputed quality Mehdi Taremi of FC Porto. 13 goals for them this season. The main man of the squad, Sardar Azmoun, is named amongst the possible replacements, although he is still struggling with a calf injury. Well, Jermaine Genus is alongside me. Jermaine, it's been a long wait, and yet here it is so very quickly.
Yeah, it definitely just creeps up on you, don't it? But the excitement is there. I know the England fans at home will be delighted and waiting to see what this man has produced, to see if his side can go and perform much better than they did in the Nations League.
Carlos Queiroz, it is the first time facing England as a coach despite well over 200 international games in management. And England's players will, as Gareth Southgate promised they would, take the knee, saying a strong statement to go around the world for young people in particular to see that inclusivity...
Here we go, England versus Iran. Let's go and get the win, folks.
Iran, all in red, get Group B at the 2022 Qatar World Cup started.
Go on, England.
How will England begin? 4.5 years ago in Russia, it was a nervy one against Tunisia. 1-1 at the break. England had to wait until injury time for Harry Kane's winning goal. This might be another game, Jermaine, when patience is a virtue.
But I think more often than not, the opening fixtures.
Come on, boys.
Any World Cup can be
Come on, England. Come on, England.
Iranian
Come on, England.
do everything they possibly can to make life as frustrating as they can for England, but it's up to the likes of Saka, Mason Mount, Raheem Sterling to do what they do best and provide some chances for our main man.
Harry Kane up front.
John Stones across to Harry Maguire. Gareth Southgate staying loyal to his South Yorkshire axis at the back.
Come on, lads. Let's keep the ball pressing, even though we've only been a minute 30. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Shield in front of them with help from Jude Bellingham. We've been talking about Jude Bellingham for all the right reasons for so long.
Keep the pressing going, and eventually we'll take a chance.
It's incredible. Some player. I think what we've seen him do in a Dortmund shirt in the Champions League in big moments. He's wise beyond his years and has got genuine.
That's a ball. Go on, Trippier. That's a ball. Oh.
Not decisively cleared by the...
Oh, that's unlucky. Thought someone's going to get their head onto it. Well done. Well done, Mount.
That's been a really good start from England. They've started really bright, knocking it around 1 and 2 touch. Fullbacks are getting nice and high and wide. You know what Kieran Trippier provides down this right.
Kieran Trippier is good from free kicks and he's good from set pieces. He's done it for Newcastle for most of the season.
Kieran Trippier and Harry Kane.
We know what he usually provides from corners, free kicks, etc.
Come on, England.
He's become a real leader for his club, Newcastle United, and in the England camp.
Wow.
Hey, is that not a penalty?
Well, they should be.
Referee! How's that not a penalty? How is that not a pen?
To give them anything, not without somebody saying something in his ear.
Have a look at Harry Maguire here.
Hey, it's getting hold! That's a penalty! That's a penalty! What the heck?
Got no interest in trying to win the ball there.
That's a penalty all day long in the sun.
Brought him down.
He's getting old. He's actually getting rugby tackled. He's actually getting bear hugged. Oh, do you want a hug? Do you want a hug from the terrain? From a rain? From an Iranian player? Do you want a hug? 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 Do you want a bear hug? How is that not given is a joke?
It's been looked at by the Uruguayan VAR, and he's decided that there wasn't going to be anything for Messrs Maguire or Stones.
How can that not be a penalty when actually someone's being hugged? Someone's actually
I
being...
think during this whole tournament, not just in this game tonight and today, sorry, and you've already seen the fear that he's putting into defenders making rash decisions like that.
Come on, England. I do have a game later on tonight for you guys at 7 o'clock for USA versus Wales in the World Cup.
He's going with the boot this time. His arms are better.
Yeah, he probably will next time.
Guinness Book of World Records for his long throwing abilities.
Come on, England.
Stones. Saka's return. Maguire. Most of the noise you can hear around the Khalifa International Stadium is coming from Iran supporters.
Come on, boys.
No matter where in the world this competition takes place, England always seem to find a way to outnumber opposition supporters, apart from some of the South American contingent, but that's not the case here.
Although the fans are out in force.
It's only a relatively short hop across the water, the Persian Gulf.
Come on, England. That's a ball. Put in the box. Go on.
Saka.
Oh, lucky Saka.
Rice took it up. Stones. No way through to Saka for Trippier. Saka's doing his level best to get something moving though. Challenging Hosseini.
Go on, Saka. Keep pressurising. Keep pressurising.
Really
Well
good.
done, Saka.
Really good from Saka, that. I said it earlier on, but England really have started well. Some of the movements already. Kieran Trippier drifted into midfield a minute ago, and Bukayo Saka then comes out wide. These are the types of things that are going to create that yard.
We're playing actually not too bad. We just haven't caused a chance, a shot at their goal yet.
Trippier and Shaw have spent the entire game in the Iran half so far. Saka.
Go on, Saka, lad. Oh, unlucky.
Showed great balance.
Free kick to England, folks.
Tripped a couple of times. The referee let him go.
Yeah, you're right. Great balance from Saka. Was riding those challenges. Referee's just waiting to see if he gains the advantage.
Oh.
Saka only 21, but like Bellingham,
Come on, England.
an experience which isn't really there. Kane took up a lovely position.
Yes. Oh.
Maguire, not enough of a
Oh,
stop
look at
to
Maguire.
angle it back in between the posts.
And this is that link-up was talking about with Kane and Trippier.
A nasty collision here too between Hosseini and Berenvand.
Let's have a little look. Trippier says, yeah, I'll play that, no problem. And the ball is a teasing one, but it's a nasty clash of heads that you see in the middle of the box. Bright play from England, though. Oh. It's a great save, you know, because it's going right onto Sterling's head. He's sticking that away. You can see from the reaction on his face. He had a tap in there. Really brave from Berenvand. Gets a little that's nasty.
That is nasty, man. That is nasty.
There's the flick of the finger. I don't think we need to see what happened next all that closely.
Ouch.
First to his feet is Majid Hosseini. Berenvand needs a little bit more tender care.
That's where we need to give the medical people time to make the right assessment. It's a nasty clash of heads, and it's the part of the game that we need to improve on.
Certainly do, and they'll need to.
Just having a drink, folks. Not for the World Cup, it's just a normal everyday drink.
Of any sort of concussion.
It's England 0, Iran 0. Just let me know in the chat.
Blood's coming from the nose. I may have talked about it half in jest, but he does have to leave the action. He's a huge loss for Iran, not least because of that throwing ability that we've talked about. It's a big part of their game. If they can stay level and take it through the latter stages, counter-attack, often sparked by his throws, can be so dangerous.
I think in particular a game like this as well, just the stability of your number one goalkeeper, massively needed. Wasn't pretty, but hopefully he'll be okay to continue. I think from a Gareth Southgate point of view, he'll be delighted with what his team, how they've set off in this game. the way they're moving the ball, the confidence that a couple of individuals have shown early on. It can still be a frustrating game when you don't get that early goal, but it's not looking well. Baron van there.
No, this is a real problem. They've got plenty of choice to replace him. Iran, the only nation at the tournament to have gone with 4 goalkeepers in their squad rather than the requisite 3. And that's despite only naming 25 rather than the 26 that you can name in the party that came to Qatar. Chance for Gareth Southgate to have a word with Declan Rice and make a tactical point or two. And a couple of other England players can come across and take a bit of water on.
I think what he's trying to explain to Declan Rice here, they are playing a 5 at the back. Whether he expected that or not, I don't know. But I think he was alluding to maybe allowing Mason Mount to get a little bit closer to Harry Kane as almost like a second striker at times.
Looks as though Hossein Hosseini is the next.
Hossein Hosseini. Do you want to go very similar names? It's so good you say it twice. Hosseini Hosseini.
And it's looking increasingly likely that he will be doing soon. Because to be down for this long, you can't take chances after this, surely.
I don't think so, no. And I think this is where the medical team just have to step in and say, look, it's not right. Make the change.
Looks like a really bad injury for the Iranian keeper. So hopefully he'll be all right, but it doesn't look like it's that good.
Chance for the director too.
So guys, keep your questions in the chat coming, like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll answer as many questions as I can.
Lovely to see. Iran supporters have never seen their nation beat a European side at a World Cup. In fact, they've only seen their nation win 2 of 15 previous World Cup games. Won their opener 4 years ago in Russia, beating Morocco thanks to an own goal deep into injury time, but yet again they didn't get out of the group. And I think the decision's been made, we expected it to be, that Ali Reza Behramvand won't be able to play any further part in this one, and with concussion protocols and rules absolutely correctly as they are, then we might not see him again at the tournament. I think it's 10 days.
Well, if that's what it is for his health and his safety, then so be it. And that's why these protocols are in place.
Yeah, that'll work. Hassan Haj Safi going old school with the medical treatment. But the gloves are off, and so will he be shortly.
Come on, England!
Understandably, he's wanting to give it every look at that, every possible opportunity, but it's not really his call, I'm afraid.
Correct. This is where it shouldn't be his call. You know, Jahanbakhsh is getting involved. Sorry, Haj Safi is trying to get involved and tell him to stay on the pitch. He's asking for a bit more time. He's clearly not in a good place.
They're changing his shirt and he's going to carry on.
I don't see how this is right.
Iran are insane!
Like he's been forced to stay on. It's ridiculous.
Iran are insane. Iran are keeping their keeper on who's maybe being uncussed.
A major tournament in 2022, we were constantly talking about concussion in the game and the long-term effects of what it's had on players with dementia and stuff, and things like this are happening still.
It's not a good look for the sport, is it? Amongst many things we've seen already. I mean, yeah, he looks okay, but
no, it's out of order.
That's not always the case, is it? It's well, Hossein Hussein is still ready, just in case.
He's putting his gloves back on.
Oh, yeah, well.
Sincerely.
Captain Haj Safi has never left his side throughout all this. But Ali Reza Berenfant doesn't look right. He doesn't look in any shape to continue. This may be the World Cup. Well, it is. It is. Let's be honest. This is the World Cup where if we thought
So,
we'd seen it all,
for you guys,
really
I've now let you guys know on Instagram and let you know on YouTube that we are now live for the England versus Iran in the World Cup.
What are we saying? He'll be off in the next 5 minutes?
He shouldn't even be on the pitch now.
Shouldn't be on the pitch now. I agree. Shouldn't be on the pitch now.
Let's see how the kick is.
Look in good shape. I mean, he looks a bit groggy.
Salim Hossein, he needs to stay ready. There's Harry Kane. Maguire. Just kept in by Shaw. Mount successfully claims the throw-in. Going off now. He's made the signal this time. And having tried to gather his thoughts for a couple of minutes, Ali Reza Berenfant this week suspected might happen. He's going to have to accept defeat here.
It's just really unacceptable. We've said our piece on it, but it really is.
It shows how important he is to Carlos Queiroz.
It doesn't matter.
No, you're right.
It doesn't matter.
Needless to say, this is the last change that the Portuguese coach would have wanted to make in the opening game or any game at the World Cup.
It's not exactly sending a nice message to the goalkeeper coming in either, by the way, with his hands on his head like that.
No.
So guys, quick question in the chat, like, sub and subscribe. Welcome to all of you in the chat.
At the end of September. It was a friendly international. It was his first appearance since 2018.
If you guys want to know, I'm not doing Senegal versus Netherlands
Esteglal.
at, I think it's at 4 o'clock. Dude, I got something on about 3 and it doesn't finish about 4, so I won't have time to get the stream mode set up and ready for that game. But I am doing England versus, I'm doing USA versus Wales this evening.
And as Jermaine said at the time, it was a good tip of the finger.
So guys, keep your questions are coming. Like, sub and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'll be letting you guys know on YouTube when they go live, and I'll be letting you guys know on Instagram when they go live.
No doubt that was landing on Raheem Sterling's head, so it was a huge involvement, and you can see why Carlos Queiroz would be disappointed, but it was the right call. It's just a shame that it was the right
Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Come on, England! Right, guys, let me know in the chat if you guys like this format where I'm in the middle of the scoreboard, like, you know, you've got the time in the middle where it is, you've got the information, and you've got the lineups, the actual ones that I got from Twitter on the side so that you guys can actually see who's playing. And then to add the main one, so you got the lineup at the bottom with the substitutes so you guys can see that. Also, do you guys like?
Last 2 World Cups. He's got a long time to go in this one. So on comes Hosseini from Shiraz, a town Jermaine knows only too well.
That's not bad for you.
Showing your sophisticated side.
Yeah. Lovely drop.
Stones to Trippier. we should point out that is a concussion substitution, which means if necessary, England can also play an extra card. And it's Iran who seem to be stepping up the pace since that long interlude. Jahanbakhsh trying to get forward. This is the first time Iran have got forward.
You don't have their moments.
Guys, put your question in the chat and also hit the like button if you are new to the channel.
There had to be a reaction there from Stones. He was a little late.
Come on, England!
That was Haj Safi who's got it again. Now Mohammadi. He really does like to attack if he can. He's not had any opportunity yet. Very pacey down the left-hand side. Along with captain Haj Safi, plays with AK in Greece. And that's going to be a free kick for Iran.
Ah, come on, England!
So the first question to be asked of Jordan Pickford, and certainly a first question to be asked of England's defensive organisation.
It was a bit clumsy there from Jude Bellingham. And these are the type of situations you're trying to keep to a minimum against a team that is going to sit in deep and play counter-attacking football.
The team playing at their third World Cup. An experienced
Come on, England!
Haj
Just keep
Safi
defending. Let me know in the chat, folks, if you are supporting England or you are supporting Iran.
It's Jahanbakhsh.
That's a bad free kick from Iran.
Now Nuralahi.
Still in get in the box.
The crossover.
Get it out!
Jahanbakhsh down. Nothing for the challenge of Saka. And the next one brings England a throw. Good challenge from Morteza Ali Ganji. England effectively starting again.
Well, yeah, when the game's stopped for as long as it did, well, the players are out there trying to knock the ball around and keep themselves going again, but it's such a disruption in the rhythm of the way that England started. It's got to find that again.
Come on, England!
Luke Shaw.
Oh, that's a bad pass. Bad pass. By Luke Shaw, that was. How was that not a free kick? Thank you, ref.
It's been seen as a push, and the referee is argued with quite strongly and at close quarters by Ahmed Nuralahi. We've already mentioned he's not a man to be messed with, this official. Amongst those 10 red cards in his last 9 games, he showed 5 in a Flamengo against Fluminense match in September.
Come on, that's a ball. Oh, lucky. Offside. Ah.
It's been a particularly feisty Rio derby.
Come on, England.
Moharami's throw. Maguire. Trying to find Sterling, who was manhandled by Ali Ganji before the ball arrived, but had been standing offside in the first instance. Returned to Rice by Shaw, who was then caught by a particularly vociferous challenge. Luke Shaw's got back to his knees at least. Jahanbakhsh came in somewhat carelessly here.
Yeah,
Oh, he's trodden on his left foot.
Yeah, it's late. There's a couple of overly aggressive challenges, I'd say, since the restart on this Iranian side. But if you're an England player, you don't mind, because you just kind of, those yellow cards, they add up, and eventually they have to back off. You can't come flying in like that when you're on a yellow. Look, it's getting messy.
This is just getting dirty from around now. Just challenge after challenge.
Trippier.
Nearly worked.
Hoping he might just be able to slip away. Mohammedi. Taremi down, and he doesn't get a free kick.
They tried that again, Kieran Trippier and Harry Kane. It was actually on. I just think Harry needed to get his body in a little bit more, and he tried to roll the defender instead.
Come on, England!
Stones. Saka. It's Bellingham, and this is Trippier. Saka. Free kick this time for Iran.
So guys, keep your questions coming, like, subscribe if you are new to the channel.
This game in mind was an unofficial training match last Wednesday against Tunisia. I was talking to one of our Iranian counterparts a few hours ago. They lost that game 2-0. They used 24 players in the game, two separate sides, and their whole plan was based around sitting deep, letting Tunisia have the ball and attack them and try and go on the counter.
Was it around every time you get tackled, you stay on the floor for 5 minutes?
He didn't get that deep in.
No.
Kane. Comes back to Mount, who's looking for Saka.
Go on, Saka!
Saka.
Unlucky.
And there's a first claim since coming on to a magnificent ovation for Hossein Hosseini. Saka didn't quite catch it.
No, and that'd have felt nice for him. You know, coming on and he'd been nervous. I was thinking somebody in that England shirt, let's have a shot. Testing.
Yeah, just have a shot.
Moharami trying to get something going down the right with Jahanbakhsh. Stopped in their aims by Declan Rice. Trippier. Saka was being held on to by Hosseini.
Come on, England.
I think this ref's going to have to get a little bit tougher. I know you said he can be harsh, but I feel like they're getting away with quite a bit.
Breaking up the game, clearly part of the game plan.
Yeah, and rightly so. They're going to do everything they can to try and protect themselves and stay in this game. And that is all part and parcel of it. Sitting deep, frustrating England. Little fouls to break up the rhythm of the play.
Come on.
England just got to stay focused. Keep moving
Do
the ball quick.
something.
Be patient.
Stones. P-word, patient again. It's Southgate's mantra before this match. Mustn't be frustrated if it takes time to score. I know some of the England coaching staff were predicting what one of them called a dog of a game. Heavy going. Trippier. Into Sterling.
Go on, Saka! Come on! Oh! I thought that was in.
Mason Mount came across.
Oh, I thought that was in. I thought that was in. England nearly went 1-0 up for Mason Mount. Hit the side netting. Unlucky. Unlucky. Oh, I thought it was 1-0 England there, folks.
Off there, look, making his run inside. And the movement from Mason Mount's good. He's better than that. It really is. It's not that difficult a chance to get on target anyway. Would be very disappointed with that strike.
First time England have succeeded in cutting through with short passing and moving.
Because the players running onto that as well, I think himself and Harry Kane are probably top of the list. It was a technical issue, that's all it was. He just ended up towing it into the corner.
Rice. Trippier. Miscontrolled by Bellingham, who then overstretched in trying to retrieve the ball.
Come on, England!
Reckon that was okay. England break as a result. Iran get back in strength. Over to Trippier.
Go on, Harry Kane! Ah!
Sterling.
Go on, Sterling!
Sterling, and he claims a corner.
Well, it all started on the edge of England's box. It was a poor touch from Jude Bellingham, but it was a clear, good tackle from him after that. And this is just beautiful from Raheem Sterling. Cheeky nutmeg.
Why can you not do this for Chelsea?
Just couldn't quite get away from his man. Wins a corner though.
Mason Mount, why can you do that for Chelsea? They're a goal that literally should be a goal.
Staying out there. Luke Shaw could cover all the width that England need today. So essentially, you can get Sterling around Kane a bit more, and Saka can do the same.
Come on, England.
Kieran Trippier delivering. The referee is having a word about holding. Poor Ali Ganji. He's going to pass on Maguire to somebody else and look after John Stones. In from Trippier. And despite the wrestling going on. And this is where Iran will think they can do something to hurt England. There's an awful lot to do from there.
England have hit the bar.
Saka. Bellingham can't get to the ball.
Well, there was that threat that we've been talking about. Just a brilliant delivery.
How on earth is that not gone in? From Harry Maguire. Oh, it's point blank. And I would have hit the bar.
As soon as he heads this, he must think it's in.
Oh.
That is what he brings in this side.
Maguire gave a little bit back there. He was maybe the one holding. Writhed his man out of the way. Been a lot of talk about his inclusion, Jermaine. Is that one of the reasons why he's a must-pick for the manager?
Well, it has to be. I think that on top of the fact that Gareth Southgate would feel that over the course of his reign that he's been one of the consistents that in an England shirt is not let him down. But there's no doubt when it comes to set pieces, he is a threat.
49th cap, 7 goals.
Come on, England.
6 headers. Rice to Trippier.
Come on, England, score for crying out loud. Shaw's on the ball for England, folks.
Shaw.
It's gone back to Maguire. Stones.
Stones.
Back to Maguire. Sterling. Shaw. Bellingham. Jude Bellingham for England. Oh, come on.
19-year-old.
Come on, Jude. Come on, England. Woo!
His first international goal.
Come on, Jude.
It's England's first.
Come on.
2022.
Come on, England. Kane.
Well, things
Go on, Jude.
and better for this man.
Go on, England! Go on, lads! Go on, England! Woo! What a header! What a cross! What a header by Jude!
He's floating around that penalty spot. The ball in from Luke Shaw is absolutely spot on. But what a header that is. Just glances it, guides it right into that far corner. And England get the goal that they thoroughly deserve.
And it's England 1!
Jude Bellingham.
Iran 0.
Steered.
Jude Bellingham!
However you describe it, it's another milestone in the ever and rapidly improving young career of Jude Bellingham.
God!
Iran 0. That is the breakthrough that England have been pushing for right from the start of the match.
Here we go! Go on!
A little bit.
Oh, boy, I'll play. I'm okay.
Ball from Hurricane. The delivery from Luke Shaw.
That Luke Shaw, just the header was just pure cushioned into the corner. No way the keeper was going to save it.
Honestly, I can't tell you how good a header that is. It's not as easy as he's made it look. It's the rise above.
But getting lads.
Plants it into the top corner. Absolute superstar.
Ever since he made his debut for Birmingham City, aged 16 and 38 days, we've had a sense of what might be coming year on year from Jude Bellingham.
The guy who can play, you got to give him credit when credit's due at the end of the day. Jude Bellingham, what a player.
In that midfield area. There's no doubt with Rice and Calvin Phillips, and you get some security. And we know they perform really well at the Euros, but he's a bit more of a throwback, Jude Bellingham. He gets box to box, he puts tackles in, he'll have shots, he'll score goals, he arrives at the right time. Real bonus.
But we, at the moment, should be more than 1-0 up in this game.
He hadn't made that Birmingham debut when England were last at a World Cup.
Oh, okay.
There is Bellingham again.
Just keep passing it around.
Stones.
Guys, keep looking out on the Football Live Watch Along clips playlist,
Blocked.
because that's
Blocked by that.
where the watch along clips from all my streams are going to go.
Plenty of fire about the Iran players, but it's not being channeled quite the right way.
And if you want to watch all of the watch alongs from the World Cup, they're all going to be on their own playlist with the Qatar 2022 World Cup Live Watch Along playlist on the channel.
They can just keep the ball. It's a lot easier to do that.
We've got 38 minutes, folks.
When you're on goal.
England 1, Iran 0. Jude Bellingham with the goal, which was a very cushioned header. I'll give him that. But we've been deserving of the 1-0 lead. We're playing really well. We're playing with this, that and t'other. We're playing with a bit of nous in the side. And we are deserving of the 1-0 lead that we craved. Because it looked more like we weren't going to do it. It didn't look like we were going to get a goal in the first half. But then eventually it arrived.
Feels like he's coming of age here with Borussia Dortmund. He's got 9 goals this season already, 4 in 5 games in the Champions League.
My emotions get the best of me, folks.
As well as captain in the club as well.
Meyer under pressure, managed to get it back to Rice, who gets it all the way back to Jordan Pickford. Trippier. Over the top for Kane, but he won't be able to run onto that. Nice little layoff by Jahan Baksham. Nicely kept in by Moharami.
Come on, England!
There's Taremi. He was the intended recipient of the cross. Shaw. Trippier. With some room. Too strong for Saka. Saying he's been pulled away from the ball.
Saying he did touch him, Saka. It did look like he did too much. I think just even the sight of that left arm on the shoulder is enough to give it.
As soon as he felt that touch, Hosseini has moved his weight back into the England player. Stones. Maguire. Bellingham. Maguire. It's meant to hurry a bit, but he got out of it nicely.
It was well played.
Kane is having a look. He almost had the chance to spring Saka free. Bellingham. Stones. Lovely shimmy and a shake to get away from Taremi. Rice. This is controlled football from Gareth Southgate's side.
Yeah, it is, but I'd like to see them still go and get that next one.
Come on, England!
Keep putting the ball in the box.
His clearance was not successful. That one's a better one.
Unlucky.
Got to the ball before Raheem Sterling arrived.
He's thinking about taking the shot, possibly Mason Mount.
Come on, England!
Harry Maguire can do
Send
this
my
thing.
lunch as well.
The referee is drawn to his presence every time now. 2-on-2 at the back of the box.
They go. Come on, that's a ball!
He's looking for Maguire. He gets it down to Saka.
Yeah! Yeah! Come on! Makayo! Come on, to roll! Makayo!
Another young lion roars at the World Cup. Iran's complaints are about the way that Harry Maguire challenged for the ball.
Come on, Makayo! Go, Saka!
Nobody happier right now, though, than Arsenal's Bukayo Saka.
Well, England's youngsters are running riot. There's the jump from
Two Bellingham
Looks
and
clean
now
to me.
Makayo Saka.
No issue there.
Come on!
This is a ball.
The young lions doing the business for England today. See!
The strike from Saka takes us
One more ball.
What a finish.
England's on fire! Your offensive down fire! England's on fire! Come on, Saka boy!
Bukayo Saka.
They'll be rejoicing in England about what Saka and Bellingham are bringing to this team. There's a bit of redemption in Qatar for Manchester United's Harry Maguire. That's why he's in.
Yeah, it's a real threat.
It's England 2, Iran 0. It's Bukayo Saka.
If anything, I thought Koscielny's hand was almost near the ball, creating a handball. Harry Maguire did absolutely nothing wrong. It's a brilliant knockdown.
Bukayo.
You've been out and about or you couldn't leave work early enough. England 2, Iran 0. Don't be fooled by the clock. We might be in the 45th minute, but there'll be a whole heap of time added on to this half. England's goalkeeper Ali Reza Berenvan forced off with a nasty head injury early on. And his replacement, Hossein Hosseini, has been beaten twice.
Come on, England! Go on, Jude! Go on! Kane! Go on, Kane! Kane! Sterling! Oh, it's a row! Oh, it's a row! Raheem! Raheem! England! Oh!
They're rolling in now.
Come on, Sterling! It's been a long time. Seeing a Chelsea player score a goal at a World Cup and finally done it! And it's for Raheem Sterling! Come on! What play by Jude Bellingham? Where's Harry Kane? Who crossed him for Raheem Sterling? 3-0 England. That's game over.
And Harry Kane didn't even need to lift his head once. Gets a yard, whips it in exactly where he would want.
Come on!
Finish from Raheem Sterling. It's absolutely.
England are back to their best.
On the volley. Take that one out.
And even the grand old stages of Gareth Southgate's squad have marks to make on this great game yet.
England 3,
Raheem Sterling,
Iran 0.
a first goal at the World Cup. Didn't manage one in Brazil, didn't manage one in Russia. But boy, didn't he come alive on home turf at the Euros. And now he's on target in Qatar. And it's England 3, Iran 0. And that goal came at the start of 14 minimum minutes. Of
14 minutes ahead on time at the end of the first half, folks.
Well, I heard the lads talking before the game about golden boots and the opportunity for Harry Kane to go out there and get a second one. I mean, this seems like that.
Get a second one.
Steps up this pitch, less than two will be disappointing.
We're on the road. We are 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 on. England's on the road. England's on the road. England's on the road. We are England. England's on the road. England's on the road. England's on the road. Way!
In challenges that they were throwing in, it kind of disheartens them a bit more every time that goal goes in. You can see now the spaces that are appearing.
Saka. Trippier makes up good ground. And he's gone behind for a corner. Stuart Mohammed is disappointed. Time for more before half-time yet.
Come on, England!
Only 3 minutes into the added time. There's another World Cup first, a board with 14 on it.
Keep coming.
Trippier in.
Come on, England!
Sterling. Taken away from Saka. He's got it now, though. Trying to tee up chance for Mason Mount.
We're on the road, baby! See?
And Stones. Mount gets it out to Luke Shaw. Rather Harry Kane it is on the left wing. Wonder why. Stones to Maguire.
You know, fighting.
Mount. Well, now the England fans who've got inside with no problem are making their voices heard a little bit. Just heard strains of England's going all the way in the background. Good tackle by Bellingham.
It was good all round that. The minute they lost it, Rice came across, Saka was fighting for it, Bellingham picks it up and gets the spoils, but it was a team effort.
Rice. Trippier demanding the ball be played.
England! England! Yeah!
Good go of it, but recovered. Trippier. Remarkable that England might be 3-0 up, but their main man, Harry Kane, has been rather starved of service. He was talking about golden boots. He needs 2 more, or 3 more, to become England's all-time top goal scorer. Trippier back to Stones.
Come on, England! Come on, England! We're England all the way! We're England all the way!
Rice.
It's a out! It's a out! It's a out! It's a rout! It's a out! It's a out! It's a out and it's a rout! It's a out and it's a rout!
Make something happen. I think from a team perspective, from our Southgate's perspective, you can accept he might give the ball away every now and again. He might lose it, but that's what I want my attackers to do.
It's a out!
Risk and take chances. And every time
It's a out! It's a out! It's a out and it's a out! It's a out and it's a out! Oh! Get the England, yeah, because we end up winning the. If we do win it, we'll win it for Christmas. So put a bit of spoils into the mix at the moment, folks. Yoink! That's what we're doing at the moment. It's a out and it's a out.
Trippier.
It's a out and it's a out. Oh, it's a out. It's a out and it's a out. It's a out and it's a out. It's a out and it's a out. It's a out. It's a out and it's a out. It's a out and it's a out. Way.
Stones. Saka. Safi has it now, he didn't have it for long. This is just the start of your football feast for the day. Carrying on after this on BBC One with Mexico against Poland from 3:30. And then it is France against Australia from 6:30. The festival of football has truly begun on BBC One. I've got Australia in the sweep. I'm not expecting a big return. England fans making themselves heard at the Khalifa International Stadium. Haven't seen too many of them about, but they are here. There's Bellingham. That was Trippier. Rice misjudged his leap. Something on for Iran, maybe. Didn't look offside, had Safi. It stayed on, and he's found the right pass too. But
Way! Sit down!
Jahanbakhsh had a lot of time to think about that.
He did. He's much better than that. I don't know what Kieran Trippier was thinking with that pass there. Once they work it wide, I think he would have been called offside. It looked tight. It's a lovely ball. It's floated in from Mohammadi. Could have had a touch, really. Disappointed with that, Jahanbakhsh.
Not sure threw his head back in relief. Trippier's throw.
Just dropped the tempo slightly, England, but understandable. They've got the 3 goals.
To Pickford. Immediately Nouralahi tried to get up ahead of Steve to challenge him. And England will be quite happy just to knock this around at a leisurely pace until the half-time whistle is sounded. Yes, we are still in the first half. 14 minutes added on for the injury to Ali Reza Berenband, the goalkeeper of Iran. It's Kane.
A lot of people watching might be thinking, well, don't get too carried away, it's only against Iran, but you know, I'm looking kind of at more at their movement patterns and how sharp they're looking and their appetite, and it's all been positive from England's point of view. I think the link-ups have been really good down the left and the right-hand side. Saka's looked sharp, Bellingham in midfield with Rice it's had a nice balance to it, and you know, all the questions around Harry Maguire, well, not really been asked many defensively as yet, but from a set pieces point of view, the threat is there.
And these are the sort of games that England have found difficult in recent World Cups. You think of the Algerias and Costa Rica and Tunisia, who took some breaking down 4.5 years ago. Iran have only lost 2 of their last 21 games coming into this competition. They beat Uruguay in September, they drew with Senegal.
You have to make them look ordinary. That is exactly what it is, and the longer the game goes on, the more their confidence grows and the more energy they get and the more frustrated you would get as an England team. England have made them look ordinary, and that's the brilliance in the display. They seem to have a few more tools, a few more ways to kind of getting in behind teams, finding more pockets of space with certain players. He just shifted a few bits and pieces there, Gareth Southgate, and I think he realised there was with a 5 at the back.
Shaw. And it came off Maguire, who wasn't expecting it to come all the way over. Trippier. Shaw to Bellingham. Thinks he should have had a free kick and has actually just gone down on his haunches for a minute. It's a bit of a late kick at him. Bellingham all over the field. Taremi beaten to it by Maguire. Bellingham was there again. He's had a play off Jahanbakhsh. England throw. No time for it, because that is finally half-time at the Khalifa International Stadium. What a half it has been for England to start their World Cup campaign. Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka and Raheem Sterling on target. What a half-time scoreline this makes. England 3, Iran 0.
Goodness me, what a start for England's World Cup campaign here in Qatar. 3-0 up at half-time against Iran. Some exhilarating football, some special goals. One, of course, for Raheem Sterling. The others scored by Bellingham and Saka.
Half time, England 3, Iran 0, folks.
Magnificent.
I'll see you
From
guys in
start
about a
to
few
finish.
minutes.
The way they started the game, they were passing, moving, everything about their performance has been very special. Set pieces, when you're playing against a team who are going to sit men behind the ball, you have to move the ball quickly. You have to have width. England have had all of that. And every single player has played their part. It's been superb to watch.
Some people will say, well, the opposition, this and that and the other. Can we get carried away? Do we get excited?
Yeah, we have. No, listen, you have to understand, Iran, they're sitting back and they're making it difficult, but everyone on paper would expect us to beat them. We've played in these tournaments.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy. So it's not that easy, though. You go there and you get these teams and you think, oh my God, this is meant to be a pushover, but it doesn't work out like that unless you go out there and you perform. And these boys, every one of them turn around and are playing well.
Micah, your view's going very well.
Honestly, I can't believe it. I'm absolutely buzzing. Just for the players, the pressure that they have on to come and perform. We mentioned before the game that Iran and how many goals they conceded 4 in the qualifying. England have absolutely destroyed them. They've been excellent, really.
Let's start. Let's start with the first goal. Jude Bellingham, the second teenager ever to score for England at the World Cup finals. The other, you played with him, Michael Owen, of course.
Yeah.
He's also the first ever player born in or after 2000 to find the net.
What a header.
Cup. What a header.
What a header, what a cross. And this is what I mean about moving the ball quickly. Getting your fullbacks high up the pitch, then you've got to have the delivery. We've had it both on the left-hand side there and, of course, the right-hand side, which we'll see in a minute. But you need that quality. You need that quality ball in them to finish it off. What a header. I mean, 9 goals he's got this season already.
We saw in the piece before the game, he said himself, I'm saving my first goal for England, and this was it for the World Cup final.
He must have known that we're playing 4 at the back and he'd have a licence to run from midfield with 3 in midfield. I mean, I think that's a big point in terms of releasing him and being able to get in the box and do that. And once he's in there...
This system suits England, doesn't it?
Comfortable. Straight from minute 1, there was on it. Everyone knew their position, knew when to press, knew when to the drop. Yes, Iran did drop a little deep, but they were so comfortable and confident on the ball. This is what we want to see.
It was a much more experienced England player that scored the second goal.
How old is he?
Bukayo Saka is 21.
Wow,
Yeah,
he's
just
too
a
old
couple
now,
of
isn't
months
he?
ago.
Set pieces, though, England have been a real threat. Nearly every one they've had, they've caused Iran problems. Another one there, Harry Maguire, we spoke about him a lot. He's hit the crossbar. He's been a real presence in that box. Should have had a penalty.
Look at the technique, though, Alan. The way some say he might got a little deflection, but keep his head down, and it's wonderful. All what he's been going through.
Right.
I'm absolutely buzzing.
Exactly, he almost touched
Remember
him. What he's done in the last tournament.
his last touch at a European.
How we finished the last tournament, and to get that, the feeling that must have there in that body there, beautiful feeling for him and his family and people connected to him. But what a goal!
Yeah. Goal number 3, Raheem Sterling. Interestingly, he's first in the World Cup finals.
Wow. I mean, a lot of debate whether Sterling should play or not. His form at Chelsea not being as great as he'd liked. He's not scored in the Premier League since August. But today, he's done so much for the team, whether it be running in behind, whether it be linking up. And Kane, if you just look at this first, he don't even look where he just puts it in an area. And Sterling, he goes with the outside of his foot there.
Let me tell you why he doesn't look. Because he's a forward and he knows where the ball should be delivered.
Yeah.
Not only that, but when you get up there, you've got to have the quality. That's why he doesn't look. Just get that ball into the danger area because he knows where to put it.
And also, Raheem made a run hoping that he would hit.
Well, that's what we said before the game. If Harry's going to drop deep or go wide, he needs runners off him. And that's exactly a great example of that.
That type of finish is the one I think Sterling's best at, where he hasn't got to think, that's instinctive there, bang. He doesn't have time to get his head up, look where he's going to put the ball. Really, really good finish.
All the talk of poor form before the tournament gets forgotten, doesn't it? And all the fans watching back at home, this is Buswell School, Buswell Lodge, a school in Leicester. Go on, boys and girls, get up there.
He's stopping lessons.
This is Brighton. Well, we found a few people. Everyone was a bit subdued before the game. They've cheered up a little bit now. And this is Manchester, where we showed you before. Well, go on, go on. Here we go. That's more like it. Fabulous stuff. Obviously, England have played some exhilarating football against a team sitting deep, and that's not always easy. How have they done it, Alan?
They've moved the ball really quickly, and what they've done, they've got their fullbacks high up the pitch, and they've used the width really, really well down both sides.
When teams play narrow and defensively.
And you've got to create that space somehow. When you have that system and that space there, you've got to get your fullbacks and people who are prepared to stretch.
Not a bad first half from England, folks.
Open up. And England have done it really well. Not only that, you've got to pass it with pace, and they've done it really well, Rio.
Yeah, they have. You can see that's been a tactic that's been used in training. They've looked at this and they've seen that you have to get wide. When you've got blocks in front of you, there's nothing through the middle. Get wide. You see your number 9 going wide because he knows there's space out there to be identified, and then you can execute. And they've done that tremendously well. And
The crossing's been superb as well.
yeah, and listen, you talk about the guys who've got in the team crossing the ball here. It's actually also getting on the end of things. Look how many bodies we've got in the box there. 4 or 5 bodies in there, covering all spaces. So it's been really, really good. He'll be a pleased man.
Absolutely.
He'll be delighted, won't he? He really was. We felt for the Iranian goalkeeper, the Iran goalkeeper, sorry, who got a blow to the nose and had to go off, which caused the long delays in that first half. Alan, the concussion rules are always things that you look for.
Yeah, IFAB are failing the players here, right? And I'll tell you why. Because this game has been beamed all around the world in front of millions of people. They have to bring the temporary substitution rule in, because he should be off the pitch or receiving his treatment, and then the goalkeeper can come on. He can be assessed for 10 or 15 minutes, and clearly he was never in a fit state. You're never going to get from the player to say, yeah, I want to come off. The players will say, yeah, I'm fine. Quite clearly you could see he wasn't fine. They've even introduced another person, a medical advisor in the stands, to look at video footage to give the medics advice who are on the pitch. What on earth is he doing? They're failing players, IFAB, by not introducing the temporary substitution.
Well, let's hope Miraband is okay and it's not too horrific an injury. Harry Maguire, Rio, we talked about him before the game, how important this match was for him, with all the talk about him. He's been influential, particularly at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, he's done what Harry Maguire does for England. Simple as that. Causes problems in the opposing box and looks so at home in an England shirt. And he's been tremendous today, like all the other players, controlling, dictating things at the back and being an absolute threat in the opposing box. Hits the bar there. He sets up the goal for Saka as well. But that's a fantastic header under immense pressure as well.
Things people always talk about is character. He showed character today. When the spotlight was on him, when people saying he shouldn't be playing, he showed everyone how good he is in an England shirt.
Yeah, I can't remember England starting a tournament so emphatically, so impressively. Every single player performing. So
Well, it's really important to get off to a good start. It couldn't have gone any better than that first, 60 minutes it was, wasn't it? It was superb.
Have you ever been 3-0 up at half time, Gary?
in any game, in a
World Cup game?
Well, I think it was against Poland.
You think?
I just
Do
can't.
you know full well it was against Poland?
I can't remember who scored the goals. But thank you for reminding everyone. I really appreciate that. At one serious point, before the game, all of Iran's players decided to opt out of singing their national anthem as they made a stand of solidarity with the anti-government protests that have been occurring in their home country since September. I must say it was a powerful and very, very significant gesture. And as we see there, a banner held. Football trying to use its power for good. And another update, of course, we mentioned before the game about the England fan situation. Hundreds of them missed the start of today's match due to an issue with FIFA's ticketing app. Some supporters were stuck outside with FIFA saying there were issues with their app. There were large queues at ticketing centres around the stadium as fans attempted to gain access, and we can hear from some of them.
Here we go. What do you guys think of the first half?
My frustrations today, I've got a ticket for the game tonight, or this evening, but the ticket is not loaded on the Hire app, which is because the system's now crashed and it's saying that there's no way for us to get access to the application. And I think all of these people here are struggling with the same issues.
We came about 2.5 to 3 hours early. We've come all the way to Qatar really to watch a couple of England games, and we had our tickets sorted. We paid £150 each for a huge ticket, £800 for the flights, and the tickets disappeared.
Nobody's telling us anything. There's no announcement. People are saying you can get in if you've got a hire card, but there's no official announcement. Here we are, the greatest football show on earth. Brilliant.
Well, they did get in. That's the good news. After kickoff, hopefully they got in time to see that sensational performance, and particularly the goals that were scored by England. If you fancy a bit more chat, the iPlayer has you covered.
Is it this way to Stormzy? A little hug?
Yeah, big hug.
Hopefully, go and vote in the poll, in the chat. What you guys think of the first half between England and Iran?
Share this trauma with this community.
Can I ask you about dating?
I'm all out of ideas, Louis, if I'm honest.
I try not to think about it too much because it puts me in a sense of stress and anxiety.
There we go.
I want us to play well, and we're playing really well. We're 3-0 against Iran. So what do you expect from England to do? Not much. Not much. But I'm proud of the players.
Louis threw a turn into Tony Adams there. If you want to learn more about the issues surrounding this World Cup, you can watch the Ross Atkins piece on the BBC Sport website and social media channels. The Match of the Day Top 10 World Cup specials are available now on iPlayer. Keep up to date with all the latest news via the World Cup Daily Podcast on BBC Sounds. And we'll have highlights of this game and also Wales-USA tonight. BBC One at 10:40.
We have a license to behave badly.
I need to find out how these things are connected.
This vibe is strong.
That's very poetic.
All new to watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Well, if you've just tuned in, you've missed a great first half.
Superb.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It couldn't have gone any better for England. Every single
It
player
could not have gone any sweeter. Sweeter as a nut.
We said beforehand, forget about form. Because you win this game and then all of a sudden the confidence becomes great and then you feel part of the tournament, etc., etc. And it's been absolutely superb from them.
Going out in the second half now, the game's won. Let's be honest, really, barring some catastrophic event. Does Gareth now start to think about later in the tournament, start resting players, start giving a few players a game? Because obviously we're coming off a really difficult season.
100%. I think Michael touched on it before the game. He's got utilising the substitutes in the right way. I think there's players who are on the bench now in this squad who probably need a little lift in terms of confidence. Bringing them into a game like this is
Can use
perfect.
5.
Yeah, and there's so many. Shuffle the pack now. Give some people some airtime. Let's see what they're about.
Yeah.
Give yourself another problem, a good problem for the next game.
But he'll also want to keep this momentum and push on.
Yeah, of course. But he's got the players off the bench to do that. I just think what's been impressive about England, we all probably thought it was going to be a 5, didn't we? Being with, we talked about it can be defensive. They went with a 4, which we alluded to, allowed Bellingham to get forward, Mount getting involved, Saka. I just think all the decisions he's made have been brilliant. I would like Foden to get opportunity because he's been playing well for Man City, but apart from that, brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. There's every single player, really. I mean, Harry Kane we talked about as well. I mean, he didn't score his goal. If you said England are 3 up and he hasn't scored, but his leadership, his all-round game was...
It's just his team as well. We talked about him.
Yeah.
Okay, if he's going to drop into an area, have we got the runners? And today, he's had the runners, and long may it continue.
I don't think you'll see that many substitutions at half-time. You might during the when there's 20 minutes left or so, then he'll look to make 1 or 2 changes. But he'll want to carry on. He'll want to go and score more goals.
Yeah, certainly.
Such an individual. Come on, Harry Kane, get your goal. You're the only one that...
Apologies if you've had any BBC iPlayer issues during that first half. We're working to fix them. Iran are making a few substitutions. Doesn't look like England have. Let's rejoin our commentators, Jermaine Genius and Guy Mowbray.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, there's a trio of Iranian reinforcements coming on. Hossein Kanani, Zayed Azari,
Come on, England!
formerly of Reading, and Ali Golizadeh take on the field for Carlos Queiroz team. Yusuf Cheshmi's gone off the centre back. You can see that change.
Second half is underway, folks. England 3, Iran 0.
Jahanbakhsh was on a yellow card. England are on a high. 3-0 at half-time. And on their way to a handsome opening win of the World Cup 2022. Coming into this tournament, 6 games without a win. Drawn 3, lost 3 in the nation.
I like to be ingenious as a commentator, but sometimes you can say a bit serious things at the wrong time.
Just wonder though whether that 3-3 draw against Germany from 2-0 down and then briefly 3-2 up was
oh, Pickford.
Almost the first time he's been under any real pressure. I wonder if that was a bit of a turning point, that game against Germany.
Well, the second half definitely felt like it.
Oh, that's never a foul, man.
The players.
Never a foul. In like 1,000,001 Sundays.
Or a mistake, but yeah, something does seem to click in them, and they really went for it. And if it wasn't for the Nick Pope mistake at the end, it would have been a brilliant win. But even still, it was a great performance that I think probably they held on to coming into the competition today.
What approach are we going to see from Iran in this second half?
So there you go, folks. Go and vote in the chat of who do you support, Iran or England?
Charleroi in Belgium, and he's given the ball away.
Come on, England, let's try and get more goals.
Saka leaves it for Kane.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Maguire.
Keep passing the ball around, and eventually we'll have chances where we think we can exploit this Iran. It's already game over. 3-0 up, man. 3-0 up.
Fresh legs of Ali Golizadeh. It's making England do things a little bit.
That's a shame that. So it was really nicely worked to the back. Saka just didn't quite realise he was in an offside position.
Just kept in. Kanani. Here's Kane. And look behind him before setting off striding forward. And the referee has decided that yes, he was tripped, and it's going to be a yellow card as well. And a free kick, and Kieran Trippier, I'm sure, yeah, there he is, already striding towards the ball with purpose.
It was a tricky one from Harry Kane here, just having another look at that ankle.
Poor Ali Ganji, who caught him and has got the yellow card as a result.
Yeah, I think he did catch it, and he's kind of rolled it internally there, Harry Kane. Would not have been a nice one. We know he's had issues with his ankles. Hopefully this isn't a bad one.
Something to be looked at. And I guess at 3-0 up in the opening game, they do have the luxury of being able to take him off if there's any doubt whatsoever.
Let me just see if he's what, and he plants his right ankle there.
Yeah, the weight.
Yeah, it just rolls internally. It just depends how bad and how much weight was on it.
And that's Harry Kane, oh no.
Hopefully it's not too bad at all.
England captain helped back to his feet. Looks as though he's going to be good to go again. And all this time, Kieran Trippier's just been thinking about where he wants to put this.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
It's always a good sign with Harry Kane. We don't want Harry Kane injured. It would be very bad. Very bad for England if Harry Kane were to get injured, man.
Against Croatia in the semi-final in Moscow.
Everything he's hit today has been hit with quality. Corners, crosses into the box.
Or could it be Mount taking it?
Sure, Mason Mount is a decoy.
It's well, could be a decoy. Could do a dummy and Kieran Trippier does it. Because I think it's more of a right footer than a left footer. But it's a free kick for England, folks.
got a side set. Going to the top of that well-built
Iranian wall. Free kick came to nothing, folks.
You're still up there. Sterling always up there. It's another needless late challenge. That one came in from Nuralahi. Sure. Maguire's put it out, recognising that his teammate needs a bit of attention.
Well, this is where we was talking before about just the referee needing to protect the players a little bit. A few reckless challenges flying in. He's saying, look, it's a foul. They're just really annoying ones, those ones.
Come on, England. Thank you for the 2 likes, I appreciate it, folks. Wow, he's passionate. Is the England flag on paid on his body?
You always start a tournament like this, don't you?
I know.
Get overexcited.
Soon, Carl. Saka, it's bounced off his knee. And Safi didn't roll all the way through to Taremi. He's now an England throw. No, it's an Iran throw. Stones was a little off balance. He didn't expect Trippier to miss it. Goes back in the challenge, and the goal kick is the decision. Off Taremi. He's not got the sort of service, not got the sort of involvement that he gets when he's in the blue and white stripes of FC Porto.
No, it's been a frustrating afternoon for him. He's a good player. We're talking about absolutely zero in terms of service to him, working off scraps.
Rice. Saka. Bellingham down his outside. Bellingham got past Zatalahi nicely and wins a corner.
Unlucky.
He's so good. Really brilliantly done by Jude Bellingham. He's creating that perfect link, I think, of the midfielders kind of into Saka or into Kane, into Mount even at times. I know there's a 3 in there, but he's the one that really floats well between both boxes.
Played in looking for Kane. Goalkeeper Hosseini got his hand to it. Rice wins the ball back for England. He got his head down and drilled it to win another corner. There's a hunger there for England to score more goals. Well on track for their biggest opening game win at a major tournament. 3-1 against France in 1982. Unfortunately, old enough to remember Brian Robson's 27 seconds goal in that one. Swing over towards Maguire. Kane. Shaw. This movement from Mount.
Oh, okay.
Watched as it drifted over by Hosseini, trying to get something going. And Bellingham's thwarted them.
Come on, England. 55 minutes played, England 3, Iran 0.
Tucked away from Taremi. He's still interested, but at full stretch he couldn't beat Maguire to the ball. Sterling, sharp. Kane, just as
Come on, Sterling!
through with Saka running with him. And it's a good bit of tracking and covering to stop Raheem Sterling. Either getting
Unlucky Sterling!
Saka, well defended, Majid Hosseini.
Yeah, it was really well defended because it was sharp from Raheem Sterling. Lovely link up with Harry Kane. And you're thinking, go on, beat him 1v1. Hosseini just comes across. Last ditch tackle, sticks him in. There's that lovely flick from Harry Kane.
Shaw told to rotate the ball back about an eighth. In from Shaw. That's Mount. Not able to climb high enough. And climbing his head.
How is that a free kick when he's going for the ball?
Whilst we're doing the stats and a bit of all our yesterdays, Iran's worst ever defeat at a World Cup, 4-1 against Peru, 1978. Hat-trick from Teofilo Cubias. Serving the older generation with those facts. Another player I remember well from the sticker books. Nurullah. Kanani. Stone's arm in the air. Just took his eyes away for a second or two from Nurullah. He was a little bit more advanced this half. He's trying to buzz around and be a bit of a partner for Taremi.
Well, they're in that strange position, Iran, where every now and again they're trying to put a bit of pressure on England to see if they can force a mistake, but then quickly realising that this England team's got too much quality in it and they're likely to get picked off.
I just wonder if Carlos Queiroz is, or has given the message to his players, right, it's about the USA and Wales now. Because it could be close run. This is the only group in which all four teams are ranked inside the world's top 20. Iran are 20th. There's Sterling. Taremi. And ball given against the luckless number 9. Nothing going his way, even when it does. He's not even looking.
But it is on ball.
Come on, England.
Mount. Rice hits it through to Saka, who's got a fair bit of freedom. Now Bellingham. Luke Shaw comes in.
Oh!
I love that position that Saka just picks up there. And that's what I mean about those links. If you watch that, Kieran Trippier pushes high and wide, and then Bukayo Saka just, it's almost like an attacking midfield position, not like a number 10 would play in. Gets acres of space for him to run at players.
Come on, England.
Taremi. Mount is the England player who passes safely back to Jordan Pickford. What are you making of the atmosphere around this stadium, Jermaine? It's our first taste of a game in the flesh. It feels to me a little bit carnival rather than vociferously football.
It's strange. It's different. But there's a lot of that at the tournament.
A lot of different.
Yeah.
Come on, England.
Iranian supporters are doing their bit to prove me wrong now. That's more like it. Taremi. It's ambitious. Much more wide of Jordan Pickford's goal. It was Atalahi trying to do something. He's in Denmark these days. He had a brief spell on loan with Reading 4 years ago. Carlos Queiroz a little more familiar with the English game, having had 2 stints as Sir Alex Ferguson's assistant at Old Trafford. He was calling England pre-tournament serious candidates, saying they have a storm of talent. Certainly blowing his team away tonight, this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not wrong. I think, from our point of view, it was more about were they going to deliver? Can they deliver? Coming into the tournament in the form that we all thought they were in, but it's a completely different looking side.
Sterling keeps his feet. Bellingham is racing into the box for Saka if needed. And Saka keeps on going himself.
Yes! 4-0! Bukayo!
Goal from Bukayo Saka to make it 4.
Come on! Hey, go on the road! Hey, go on the road! He was 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 on the road! Get in, Bukayo! Bukayo Saka! Get in!
Just there. Now he's 1v1, he's patient, he bides his time.
Folks, it is England 4, Iran 0.
He's just got himself a brace for England in the World Cup. It's brilliant play, it really is.
The confidence is flowing.
Who are ya?
Table with Arsenal. There's a deflection on it. I rather think it might have been curling in anyway.
Oh, it was in. It was definitely in. It was just that quality. You see him, he shifted it left, he brought it back, little body swerve. All of those little things in those tight spaces, that's what gets you the yard to get the shot off.
England 4, Iran 0.
Didn't think I'd be saying 4-0 Iran England today.
Carlos Queiroz makes another change. Mehdi Tourabi has come on to take the place of Milad Mohammadi. Ball won by Trippier. England have won the game, their opening game, that is beyond dispute, but they're chasing.
What about that?
More and more here. Sterling unable to collect that one cleanly.
The play to get out though.
England are just routing now.
Nurulahi. Gets it out in a more old-fashioned way that time. And now Gareth Southgate is going to rest a few and give a few more some game time.
You'll be thinking, not me. Just give me one more goal, then you can take me off.
It's going to be 4 at once. Grealish, Rashford, Foden and Wilson are all ready. So they're going to be attacking changes.
Oh, it's going to be all of them.
Mahrami. Played through and finished. One transform goal for Mehdi Taremi. That's what he's about.
Iran have scored!
And Iran have a moment of consolation, a moment for their supporters to cheer.
Iran have scored! Taremi!
It's also a moment for Taremi to show the world exactly what he's about. Well, it comes into the box here, not a second thought, just runs off the back of Harry Maguire. And instinctively, just smashes it into the roof of the net. Nothing Pickford can do about that. It's a minor wake-up call needed for England, maybe.
Iran's 10th goal at the World Cup finals and a 10th different goal scorer. And he is their most potent goal scorer. It's the only thing he's had on offer all evening. More concern for England is the fact that Harry Maguire went down and he's going through the concussion protocols now. Must have been a collision there. Might just change the thinking on the substitutions. It is the 4 that we mentioned earlier about to come on for now.
I don't think it is. I think Callum Wilson's just been told.
Oh, he has, yeah.
He had a little smile on his face.
Oh.
Poor guy.
So England look as though they've already decided they won't be taking any chances at all. The first priority is making sure Maguire's okay as Iran get themselves into a huddle and refocus on what they can bring to the rest of the game. Callum Wilson will get his chance this tournament.
You will hope so.
Maybe not in this opening game. So Eric Dyer instead has got the call to take the outer layers off.
Yeah, well, again, hopefully a sensible decision will be made because he doesn't look right, Harry Maguire. You can just see it in them. You can see it in their eyes.
But a word about his performance after all that scrutiny.
Well, look, you know, I think in that first half in particular, he's done really well. He takes on a world of pressure, Harry Maguire. And for him to go out there in an England shirt, perform how he did in that first half in both boxes, you know, mainly from an attacking point of view, he can be proud, he can hold his head high, so it was a good step in the right direction.
Pointing out to the referee that they want to make their changes now. Maguire has gone, and he's going to get the game restarted first. And England are just going to boot it forward, and if it goes out, it goes out. And it will go out. A little bit of confusion down there. They're not looking the referee's way at this exact moment. The admin's got to be sorted out. Taremi. That's got the horns blaring and sections of the crowd pumping now. Moharami. England still down to 10. Dyer, or rather Rice. Dyer's still waiting. Iran trying to make the most of the extra man here. And they have got a chance. And it's pulled back. And the shot is wide from Noor Al-Ahid. Jordan Pickford is absolutely furious that that was allowed to build. Furious that England haven't been able to make their changes. Yeah. And now they will.
Rather frustrating. And rightly so. I don't know why it's taken so long to make the change, or whose fault it actually was. But as it stands, there's only one coming on, I think. Or is he going to do all of them?
No, they're all going to, well,
yeah, they're doing all of them.
The referee's not actually looking, but they are going to happen now. Dyer on for Maguire, we knew about already. And Bukayo Saka's number is up. 2 for the tournament in game 1.
I just would have thought that because of the reasoning of why Harry Maguire went off the pitch, that change should just be done instantly.
You would think so. You would think so. And the guys were talking at half-time about temporary substitutions when it comes to concussion as well. And
that's exactly it right there.
Yeah. something that has to be brought into the game. We attend so many games, and I would say every other one I go to, it happens at some point.
How can you be punished as a team because one of your players has suffered a concussion, if that's what it was?
Sterling's off, Mount's off, Saka's off. Let's see what Rashford, Foden and Grealish can do. The Manchester connection.
Yeah, they've got a lot to live up to because...
There's Kane, and this is Rashford's...
Rashford! 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 Marcus Rashford! Oh! Oh, into the row, it's 5!
Marcus Rashford.
Let's just go on, let's go! Go on, Marcus! Go on, Rashford! Go on, England! What substitution by Gareth Southgate! Woo!
England's lead is back to 4 goals strong.
England's on fire!
Right on the money. I said he had a lot to live up to because Saka was electric. But what about
Get him, Rashford!
Shoot? No, I'm not. It's going to chop inside.
Come on, Rash! Come on, Rashford!
Right,
Come on, England!
Just settle
Woo!
things down again. Really, really calm and composed. And you know what?
Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on!
At one point when he was even going to be in the squad. And I think that's what Rio was talking about at half-time, about getting other players onto the pitch. Get some confidence in your squad, not just in starting 11.
Welcome back to the England camp, Marcus Rashford. This is his first appearance.
There we go, England 5, Iran 1.
Just good to see him with a smile on his face.
Well, Eric Ten Hag has said more than once this season that he's back to enjoying his football again.
Yeah, you can see it in him. He's had a really good start to the season for Manchester United. And warrants his place in the squad because of it.
England 5, Iran 1.
I think Callum Wilson might get his chance now.
Haha.
Harry Kane might get a breather.
You'd think that. You know England are like. We all know what England are like. Oh, Gareth.
Any feelings of rejuvenation that the Iranian players might have felt have very quickly gone. Callum Wilson is going to come on. There's Grealish, being chased by Moharami.
That's a foul. Thank you, Ed.
By Moharami. Bellingham. Grealish. It's Bellingham. Safi. From Hosseini. Is Atalahi. Slightly miscontrol in a challenge that was more akin to the Rugby World Cup.
It was on him again, Bellingham. He read the situation seconds before it even happened.
Perhaps might be a good time to remind you again of what's coming up tomorrow on BBC One. I may have said today earlier on, but it is tomorrow. Mexico against Poland from 3:30. That'll be followed from 6:30, also on BBC One, with the World Cup holders starting their defence. France against Australia. One more change of pace happening, and Iran are going to put their golden boy on a little too late for him to have a real impact on the game. Before that, England's captain. He's going to get a few minutes to sit and take stock and watch like the rest of us. And Callum Wilson is going to come on for his first senior international appearance since October 2019, having backed 6 goals for Newcastle United in this Premier League season.
Well, it's a good start to the tournament from the England captain. From a performance point of view, he'll probably be slightly angry that he didn't get his goal. It was a lovely assist for the Sterling goal and an all-round good display from England's number 9.
He's been a good lad and gone off at the nearest exit point, which means he's got the long walk around the perimeter of the pitch to take the acclaim of the supporters.
Basically doing a warm-down.
Talking of warmth, it is, as you'd expect. It has been another warm day in Doha. Down on the pitch, it's not quite so bad. The huge fans do their bit. I mean the air conditioning units rather than huge fans, you know what I mean.
You had me worried for a second.
You just looked at me in a strange way. There's Taremi. And Taremi's had a lash at that. Eric Dyer just made him hurry at the last. Pickford was a little bit concerned and is calling for calm from those in front of him.
You can see why, can't you, with Taremi? Just picks his movements at the right time. See what he's trying to do there. He's just a picture of frustration. He's got his goal.
Cheers greet the arrival of Sardar Azmoun, who hasn't played for his club side by Leverkusen of the German Bundesliga since the end of September. At the start of October he was injured in warming up for a game with a calf strain. There was a thought that he wouldn't make the squad at all. Then there was a thought that he might be left out of the squad because he has been vocal on social media and criticising the Iranian government. And that was a good point made by Gary at half-time about the Iranian players not singing the national anthem, and we heard what sort of reception that got from the Iranian supporters inside the stadium. Phil Foden. Rashford wants it quickly back. Foden's going his own merry way. Grealish. Rashford. Rashford's delivery was scuffed. Bellingham. I'm sure you heard that. 45,334 the attendance. And the stadium holds 68,000. Bellingham. Stones. Shaw. Grealish. Stones. Trippier liked the idea, he was just caught on the wrong stride pattern. Well, this is beyond their wildest plans and dreams.
Probably been putting in a lot of work leading up to this tournament, but the one thing he didn't have really was that much time with the squad. Basically a week after the game's finished in the Premier League to get his players together. But it feels like a new look. I think with the freer midfield and the way that functions, it's added something to the side, in my opinion.
Will you see that continuing against the United States and against Wales?
I think he has to. I think he has to. It looks like, you know, with Foden coming onto the pitch, he's between him and Mount, they can facilitate that player almost in behind Kane or as the third midfield player, however he sees fit. The wide players, Saka, Rashford, Grealish and Sterling, it all seems to make sense now. He just needs to have like-for-like replacements in all areas. But the 4-3-3, and it's easy to say now because defensively we haven't been tested that much, and you know, some people say, well, when we did, we conceded, but I just think from an attacking point of view, it offers us so much more. We look so much better on the ball.
Problem here for Ehsan Haj Safi. By my reckoning, they've done the 6 substitutions. And ran with the extra one because of the concussion for the goalkeeper, Baron Vand. Let's rerun the fun.
Oh yeah, there's some fantastic goals we've been able to see today, starting with Bellingham, Saka, the volley from Sterling, and then Saka said, you know what, I fancy one more, slotted one in. And it was a bit of composure from a sub, Marcus Rashford. We got the 5th, we're going to be the final.
9 minutes to go, plus stoppages yet. And Safi's been stretched out and will continue. Next up for Iran, it's Wales on Friday in this stadium again. Much better in that one if they are to have a chance. Rob Page will be reviewing the action later on and really will fancy that there's 3 points in the offing for the Dragons in that one.
You'd have to think so, wouldn't you, based on what we've seen. I know England have made them look ordinary, but I'd like to think that Wales could put something together to get a result.
By Shaw to Dyer. Rice. Stones. One more goal for England to equal their biggest ever World Cup win. Nizhny Novgorod in June of 2018 against Panama. Here's Rashford. And Rashford gets through again.
Oh!
This time there was a red wall in front of him. Shaw, Foden. Dink back towards Shaw, and a timely intervention puts it behind. Came in from Mehdi Tourabi.
That's one of the most impressive things that England have done today. That counter press, when they win the ball after losing it, it enables them to just be winning the ball higher up the pitch in a better position to create more chances. On that occasion, it was Jack Grealish winning the ball back.
A Luke Shaw corner. Oh, Carlos Queiroz is trying to get a little bit more support for his players. It's all fall down in the middle as it breaks across for Bellingham, and a free kick has gone to Queiroz' side. Kanani helped back to his feet by John Stones.
There's a chance from Rashford earlier. I thought he was just going to cross it in or try and feed this one to Kieran Trippier, but the gap just opens up. Almost identical to the one he stuck away.
See at the bottom of your picture, Carlos Queiroz strolling into view on the edge of his technical area. He has just, it was quite a strange show from the coach of Iran a moment ago. He was walking really close to the supporters and blowing kisses and trying to get them going, giving thanks. I've seen him show his passionate side in charge of Egypt and Portugal before. Remember him at Manchester United, he was quite undemonstrable by and large.
Come on, England. Even though we're 5-1 up.
So getting the call to come back to coach Iran, having led them at the last 2 World Cups, was like getting a call from the family. You have to respond. There's another lovely quote pre-match about when you don't have dogs, you go with cats. Has not quite helped him out today. I'm afraid they've been kittens.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. Hit the thumbs like button if you like the stream.
Foden to Grealish. Grealish, Foden, Rashford, Shaw. What a shame that didn't flow all the way to goal. Rice has now lost it. Taremi. Azmoun on the move in the middle. Taremi's hung back. And Chippy's won the ball for England at the cost of a throw.
Yeah, it was a shame. Playing with a lot of confidence, and rightly so. They're 5-1 up. Everybody wants the ball. It's really nice to see.
Rashford tried to get Callum Wilson running there. And Wilson will keep running. Here comes Hosseini to clear. Lines up for offside. It'll be an England free kick. England's next game also on Friday, USA. The Al Bayt Stadium. The third and final group game, which is live with us on BBC One, is next Tuesday, so 8 days' time. Wales at the Ahmad bin Ali. And by Grealish. Try and chase down Torali Ganji and Hosseini. Offside again, Azmoun. Started offside as he raced back into his own half to try and win the header.
Come on, England. Just try and get another goal before the end.
Southgate's going up a notch with this win. This will be his 9th as the England manager at a major tournament. That's one more than Sir Alf Ramsey managed. Southgate after this one will be 9 wins from 15 games. Sir Alf was 8 from 12.
Well, he'll just be delighted overall, won't he? With what he's seen from his team. Disappointed with the goal.
Come on, England.
But overall, it's been nothing but positives. Entertaining to watch. They look confident. All the players look sharp. Got a way of playing as well, which I think is very important. So all good to see this game out.
Bellingham. We've got it all going for England in the 35th minute. Rashford. Here's Callum Wilson.
That's the ball!
Started to retreat. Wilson in on goal, playing in Grealish.
Yes, it's 6! Getting Grealish! Come on!
Again for a 2nd World Cup in a row.
Yeah!
Unselfish Callum Wilson. On a plate for Jack Grealish.
Come on!
There's 2 celebrations going off here, one defensively and one attacking. The ball from Bellingham, it's absolutely brilliant. This is what Wilson behind you thinking, go on.
Getting Grealish!
Stick it away, but he's thinking, I'm going to find my mate who's in a better position. Probably could have slotted it in the near post, but there's Jack Grealish, 6-yard box. Right place, right time, just to stick it away.
It just looked as though he was taking in the moment. In Jack Grealish style.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you gotta love him. You gotta love him. Brilliant. And he will give Callum Wilson an extra special hug at the end of this. England 6, Iran 1. What a way to start the tournament. Grealish got in with the tackle. England work rate has not dipped one bit.
It hasn't. It's been the key component. It's been the fundamentals of what England have had today. With and without the ball, been exemplary. Right at times, Bellingham in midfield winning that ball back, but a lot of this just pressing front foot. Let's get the ball back.
How many minutes of a time have we got, folks? We have no idea.
And Shaw. I don't know if this is good news or bad news. It's great for England. There's going to be another 10 minutes.
I'll take it.
10 minutes. I've had on time in the second half. 10 minutes.
Just give an extra bit of bounce in the legs, and it's the last thing Iran wanted to see. It's that 14 minutes added onto the first and 10 to the second, but then again we have had the whole gamut of substitutes.
What time's it at school? 3 o'clock? Lovely. It's nearly home time.
Bang on. Played up by Bellingham. Trippier to Stones. So much of the talk this match was England getting off to a good start, just winning the game, however it took, against a stubborn, organised, difficult to break down Iran. Forget the lot. They've shone from the start. They stayed patient until the 35th minute, and then it's just been England on a roll ever since.
They look like a club team. They do. They look like they've played together for ages. They look like they've played this system a while. The players look happy in this system. I think that's why I'm more leaning towards not changing it. Why would you? When the players look so good.
Foden was escaping the clutches of 3-4 defenders there. This is Grealish now finding Bellingham. Stones. Bellingham to help it on. And Grealish to keep it going. Bellingham. Wilson using his body. Kanani out of his way. Bellingham.
He's been outrageous today, Jude Bellingham. 19 years old. 19.
Joining Michael Owen as a teenage scorer for England at a World Cup finals.
Honestly, it's scary.
Grealish. Followed too keenly by Sadek Moharami.
Go on, England! Go on, England! Go on, England!
The arch-blocker from Brazil has kept his cards quite quiet. Only the two, poor Ali Ganji and Jahan Baksh from Iran. Zatalahi left it. Rice is there to pick it up and find Grealish. Dyer. It really is now in the 5th minute of added time with another 5 to go. A training routine to the end. A little bit more in the legs. Touch from Foden. close together in there. Just too high for Taremi. Here's Moharami now. Foden.
Oh, unlucky.
On the pass for Callum Wilson. Emphatic win, made all the better for Gareth Southgate by the way that he's been able to use his substitutes, a luxury, and Rashford and Grealish have joined in with the scoring. Wilson joining in with the helping with the scoring.
I think that's what's been good about the changes. Not a lot's dropped off.
There's Grealish taken out again. It happens to Jack Grealish so often. It's the way that he plays. Takes the hits.
He does take the hits. But he's some player. Especially when he plays like that, when he faces you up and runs at you.
Hefty blow that from poor Ali Ganji. Foden. Rashford won't make it, or will he? Might, you know. A little push in the back of Haj Safi though. Free kick for Iran. So Iran came into this tournament having lost 2 of their last 21. Been well and truly dispatched in game 1 in Qatar.
Away!
Morocco 1-0 in their opener. 4 years earlier than that, they drew 0-0 with Nigeria. Tight, steady, no way through. Not this time.
Come on, England.
Chance now. Asboon in on goal.
And he's at the bar. And he's at the bar.
Pickford was beaten. And Asboon just put a bit too much into it.
I think it's a save.
Do you?
I think he gets his finger to it.
Let's see. Oh, I think you're right. You're bang on.
Yeah, it's a great save.
What a save by Pickford.
Sharp eyes of Jermaine Genius. The sharp reactions of Jordan Pickford. Free kick for Iran. They aren't giving it up here. They want to get another one if they can.
Well, they're just trying to get anything out of the game. These two lads who enjoyed themselves today.
Safi sorting his angles out, stretching the groin out. We know where this is roughly going. Those in the middle staying on side if they can. There it is, the whip from Haj Safi, and Pickford comes out to meet it strongly. And it's a spirited end from a team that was beaten long ago. We are now in the 10th minute of time added on to the end of it all. A bit of squabbling, I'm not quite sure what it's all about.
What?
The referee must have been told there's a VAR check in progress.
Yeah.
That's the message he's giving to the players now. And they are checking for a possible penalty for Iran. And he's
What?
going to have a look. So Leodan Gonzalez, the Uruguayan VAR, thinks this is worthy of review. It's a long run across the running track. to put the telly a bit nearer for him. What are we looking at here? Shirt pulling, isn't it?
You get on Eric Dyer? No? Stones, maybe?
I have no idea what he's looking at.
John Stones with his arm behind.
Yeah. I mean, Stones with his hand behind, isn't it?
I mean,
That's harsh.
if you put that together with Harry Maguire's in the first half,
Yeah.
it's not even close. You know, Harry Maguire got bear hooked to the ground and they didn't even consider looking at it. And now all of a sudden we're having a look at this. It's where VAR lets itself down half the time.
Yeah.
Well, the referee's got to decide for himself.
He's probably asking what he's looking at.
Raphael Klaus has seen enough. And, yeah, I think we knew that was coming. He's decided, yeah, OK, I'll bow to that, and I'll give the penalty. So Iran have the chance to deny England a record-equalling World Cup win in their opening game in 2022. And Mehdi Taremi has got his head down and will try and keep his focus.
John Stones has got his, I think it is on Taremi, is it?
Yeah.
He's got his hand on Taremi's shirt. But there's no consistency there, is there? And that's where, as a player, you get really frustrated.
Well, even at 6-1 down, any World Cup goal is to be treasured, and Taremi's already got one tonight. So here we go. To try and bring back the gap to 4. Started yesterday with VAR early. We're ending the first game of Monday with VAR. Jordan Pickford has not saved an in-game penalty for England. Taking a long time. The whistle went a while ago. Taremi switches on now. And he's up to it. 2 goals for the number 9, who we know is a player. At least he's got to make his mark on Iran.
England 6.
Yeah, it's a cool penalty.
Iran 2.
Whether he should have had it in the first place, he's unsure, but slots it away. Gets his 2 goals for what's been a really tough game for himself personally, given the type of player he is.
What? There isn't even any time for the game to restart again, because time has been called.
The game is full-time, folks. England 6, Iran 2. Like, subscribe, with notification, post. I'll see you guys on later tonight at